90s X-Men dudes. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Emceemur here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's episode, we are vacationing in Ocean Isle Beach. That's right. And while traveling, you've got to sample the local flavor, right? And I was doing just that, driving around, and while there was really nothing exciting at the thrift stores in the area, I did happen upon a pawn shop on the roadside with a sign that was particularly eye-catching. Okay, we buy comics and toys. Well, that means you sell comics and toys. So there may be more to this place than meets the eye. And you know, I'm walking into this place and I'm immediately seeing cool stuff, right? I'm seeing some wizard price guides for comic books. I'm seeing a case here full of a crazy mix of toys and collectibles. We got Transformers. I'm seeing some Masters of the Universe. There's some old PSP UMDs in here. There's no telling what we're going to find in this place. That'll be great. I'll probably make a pile, no joke. So while I'm walking around and my mind is being blown and my senses are reeling, the owner comes up to us and just lets us know he's ready to deal. You know, he's willing to make deals. So we already know that these prices here are fully negotiable. I'm ready to spend some money. Man, it's like a convention inside of a pawn shop. I've never seen anything like this. I'm noticing a Turtles van right here, right? And at a glance, it appears to be the remake, right? But it's in a box, and you know I'm on a Turtles kick here lately. This is eye-catching. It's priced at $25, but if we're going to be bundling, that's not a bad starting place. So let's see what we have here. Oh, it's the Turtles van, okay. It's the Turtles van, alright. I believe they reissued these and put a new one out, but this is the old one. It's just missing all of the guts. Oh yeah, no, you don't want any more wear on it than it's already gone through over the ages. So they let me unbox this thing, and lo and behold, it's the original van, somehow, in the remake's box. And it's missing a lot of parts, definitely been played with, but I'm not gonna lie, I want this. What were you all asking on this thing?
Yeah, it's definitely in the wrong box.
Yeah, the Nickelodeon box.
Yeah, I'd do $15.
15?
Yeah.
So we're down to 15 already from 25 bucks. That's not a bad price. Dude wants to sell, and I want to buy. So as I'm putting the thing back in the box, I'm gonna think about it, right? Dude just says 10 bucks. I'll do it for 10 bucks, and I'm like, done. I mean, we're nothing more to talk about. 10 bucks, we're taking it. Yes, it needs some cleanup and it needs some parts, but 10 bucks is a great price on this unit. And what's more, we've broken the ice, right? We got the blood flowing, we got some money changing hands. It's time to go find some other deals. So there are some video games in this one case, but it's mostly Game Boy Advance and DS shovelware. Just nothing I can really do anything with. But I can't ignore the fact that there's a M.A.S.K toy in behind these things. I gotta take a look at this thing.
Well, you should have seen the Castle Grayskull we had.
Yeah, we've got a Grayskull at the house, and we've got Snake Mountain.
Oh, I like Snake Mountain because it's got the microphone.
That's right. I used to think I was so cool on that thing when I was my son's age.
My brother would sneak up behind my grandparents and like yell into it.
The owners of this shop are all about these vintage toys. And you know, that's the kick I'm on here lately. It's so great to be able to talk to them about this stuff. This M.A.S.K Rhino is so cool. I haven't seen one of these things since the 80s. I really haven't. Here it is though, but it's definitely in very played with condition. And at $45, I think we're gonna be just too far apart on this thing. The sheer volume of mint on card action figures in this place is just jaw-dropping. We've got X-Men, we've got Batman, we've got Star Wars, we've got Spawn. I mean, you name it, it's in here, and it's just wild. And it's really cool to be able to check the prices on some of these things, all the while knowing they're willing to negotiate. I can't help but dive into this huge wall of comic books over here. A huge wall of $1 comic books in bins. And they happen to have just gotten a collection of Robotech comics in, which I have been collecting for many years. I gotta fill some holes in my collection here. One of these is even autographed, and that's absolutely wild. Most of these I do not have, so I'm scooping them up, and they've got a great selection of DC and Marvel back issues, you know, as well, that I definitely need, am definitely interested in. I'm making a pile. And some of these I need for not so obvious reasons. They happen to tie in with their video game counterparts from the same era, right? Some of these I did not have, and they're very important to me because of the time in which they existed. This is super cool stuff. They have a Rainbow Brite doll behind the counter that they hadn't put out yet, and that's interesting to me because my wife has been hunting for one of these things. She had lots of Rainbow Brite stuff back in the day when she was little, and wow, you just don't see this stuff out. It's a little too vintage. It's just not something I ever walk up on. Turns out they're at 30 bucks on this doll, and it's not in bad shape. She's got a few hairs out of place, but nothing you can't clean up. My wife would kill me if I didn't bring this thing back. So yeah, 30's not a bad price. We just got to bundle her in. Rainbow Brite, we got the Turtles van.
Okay.
And then we've got a stack of comics over here because I gotta have my comics. I'm really impressed that you had some Robotech too. You don't see
We
that.
just put those out.
I'm a big Robotech head from back in the day.
We also have more Robotech because these were all the dollar ones.
Mm-hmm.
I just put out that are like 2 and 3s in there.
Okay. My oh my. Okay. Well, I think we're going to start with what we have here.
30, 40 would be 58.
So, can we do 55 for everything? Would you do that? Give us a bundle deal?
I can do that.
Okay, 55. Let's do it.
Okie dokes.
So we shaved a couple of bucks there. Again, they're willing to deal 55 bucks for the pile so far, but still not done. I'm just seeing the stuff behind the counter, and there's still so much more to look at. Dude's got some of the pewter comic book champion statues from back in the 90s, you know, behind the counter. And I have one of these things, the Golden Age Superman, you know, that I got back in the day. He's got a Silver Age Spidey sitting here that would look so cool next to my Superman on the shelf. So how much are you doing on this thing?
It says 22, but I'm gonna do it for 15 out the door.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice piece.
I can't leave that here. It's too cool. Done. He's going to let me have it for 15, and that's not bad. I mean, these aren't incredibly valuable, but it's just not something you're really going to walk up on that often. And this one's in decent shape. It's just something for me personally, something that really fits in with my personal collection. I had to have it. I mean, there's room to profit on a lot of this stuff here because of how willing they are to deal. But honestly, at the end of the day, most of my purchases here, I mean, this has got to be for keeps, right? These are things that I legit want. It's like being in a comic book store or a toy store from 30 years ago, but in 2022. Speaking of room to profit, here's a Legend of Zelda Red Link Pixel Pal light sitting here. $5 sealed, GameStop exclusive, and I'm going to do a no look on this. I mean, you know it's worth more than $5. Sealed and exclusive, and it's so cool. It's going to be perfect for my workspace at home, right next to my Mario 3 light that I've got. It's red, it's the appropriate color. It's appropriately themed. It's 8-bit. I love it. Absolutely have to have this piece. It's a great price. We're throwing it in the pile. And so there's the pile. 75 bucks for all this loot, and it's just killer stuff. I would have never expected to see things like this in a pawn shop. Ever. I mean, there's a chance maybe one or two of these things, but again, this was like a convention inside of a pawn shop. Absolutely crazy. RedGator Pawn, if you're ever in the Ocean Isle Beach, North Carolina area, you really got to stop in and check this place out. The owners were so nice, so cool, so personable, and were just instantly ready to work with me. And I want to thank them for, allowing us to film in there and put this episode together. Just super cool people. We will definitely go back. Just had a fantastic time. I mean, yeah, the beach is nice. I mean, we're in paradise, here, but this was honestly the highlight of the trip for me. That nostalgia bug, those nostalgia triggers, seeing all these great items. Absolutely cool. And if you're into stuff like this, toys, vintage stuff, I'm going to put a link to another episode right here where we find toys that you may have missed, so you can get right to the next video, right into more action. And you got to know that there's more action, more hunting action coming your way real soon, right here on the Emceemur Show. Emceemur signing off for this fantabulous episode, and I will see each and every one of you again next time.